if he comes out, then go sign the contract and we'll fight.
Yeah, wow, okay. What do you see there?
I see that he get those more punches and combinations and moves very well.
Weight. And when you look at Rolly Romero, he's not that big. He's not a real welterweight. I don't think he's even that big for 140. I mean, Isaac Cruz, who's a blown-up lightweight, blasted him out. So it's like, I think they're looking at that fight against Romero to be not as physically imposing.
At the press conference, Manny Pacquiao fired back at Rolando Romero's constant trash talk, saying he talks too much, and if he truly believes he can beat him, then he should stop talking and make the fight happen. Pacquiao's words landed sharply, reflecting his calm confidence and reminding everyone that he's always been a man who proves himself in the ring through action, not words.
We spoke to Rolando Romero, who's a potential opponent for you in the future. He said that he would like to have a Hall of Famer on his resume. What do you tell him?
If he can beat me.
Manny, Tim Bradley said that he was a little upset with both your performance and Barrios. He said that it was a sparring session. What do you tell Tim Bradley? What do you tell him? You know Tim Bradley well, you fought him 3 times.
That's his opinion.
The boxing world was left stunned after new reports surfaced about Manny Pacquiao's next move in the ring. Despite being well past the usual retirement age, Pacquiao continues to chase greatness, proving that his passion for the sport remains as strong as ever. His possible return quickly captured global attention, with many eager to see him compete once again. BoxRaw reported on X that Manny Pacquiao is expected to face welterweight world champion Rolando Romero next in Las Vegas. Pacman will be 47 years old in December ahead of the potential 2026 title fight. Rolando Romero has shaken up the boxing world by openly disrespecting Manny Pacquiao in interviews, claiming Pacquiao has no real boxing style, calling it the ugliest in the sport, and saying the legendary fighter doesn't know how to fight or possess real skills. These harsh comments quickly went viral, with many boxing fans criticizing Romero for being too arrogant toward one of the greatest boxers in history. Pacquiao's legacy speaks for itself, having defeated numerous elite fighters across multiple divisions. But Romero's words suggest that he either underestimates Manny or is simply seeking attention. Regardless of his motives, his remarks have fueled public excitement for a potential clash between the two, transforming what could have been a respectful matchup into a heated personal rivalry.
To me, Pacquiao is the fucking ugliest guy in boxing, and look what the fuck he's accomplished. And now every fucking fight in the Philippines, just because I fight differently, and it means I don't know half no fucking skills. I got my own fucking skills. That's what got me this far. It's like fucking Prince Nassim Hamed. You're gonna say fucking he don't got no damn skills? Every fighter got skills. Look, in this fucking generation, if you don't try to box like Floyd, a typical Mexican, a Russian like Lomachenko, or a European fighter, you're trash in this sport. You apparently don't know how to box. Because these are the fucking idols of the boxing.
Don't matter if he beats Barrios or not. Still Rolly Pacquiao. How many losses does Pacquiao have? Oh, that's another thing, bro. Pacquiao another one that don't give a fuck about losses, and everyone keep tuning in for him, right? Bro, all that undefeated shit, that don't mean shit if you're not fighting Nova. Nobody gives a fuck about you. There's so many bigger fights for me. Like, would I rather fight, I don't know, for instance, a Pacquiao or Jerome Ennis? What's a bigger fight for me? What fight would sell more? Me and Broner or me and Jerome Ennis? Obviously me and Broner. What would sell more? Me and Ryan again or me and Jerome Ennis? What would sell more? Tank coming up to fight for his fourth division, or me and Jerome Ennis? It's just basic, you know. What's the bigger fight for? Like, I'm not even talking about money. The money. What's a bigger fight for the boxing world?
Manny Pacquiao recently revealed that he plans to step back into the ring soon. He explained that he wasn't fully satisfied with his last fight and still feels there's more he wants to achieve. Even at his age, his motivation and discipline remain as strong as ever. Pacquiao believes boxing is not just about winning titles, but about constantly testing his limits. His fans have always admired his humility and relentless work ethic, and his decision to fight again proves that his passion for the sport remains unbroken. Many believe this comeback isn't driven by fame or money, but by the pure love of competition that has defined his entire career.
For the fight, wala akong ibang iniisip kundi focus lang sa training every day. Like even Sunday, ibang distraction, anything like that. For 2 months. Kasi nakahabol ako sa oras. Supposedly, yung mga ganong fight, dapat mga 3.5 months or 4 months. Especially sa edad ko na 6, diba?
Yeah.
Satisfied ako sa sa naging condition ko, but hindi pa talaga yun yung 100% na gusto kong makuha, achieve na yung speed, yung timing, yung more punches na gusto kong maabot.
Will you be fighting again kaya this year again, Manny? Everyone's asking.
This year.
Former world champion Shane Mosley shared his thoughts on a potential Manny Pacquiao versus Rolando Romero fight. According to Mosley, Manny would defeat Romero without question. He believes Pacquiao's power, speed, and experience would completely overwhelm Romero's aggressive yet predictable style. Mosley emphasized that Pacquiao's sharp combinations and precise power punches would be far too much for Romero to handle. Coming from a veteran who has faced Manny himself, Mosley's opinion carries real weight. He understands the unique rhythm and explosiveness Pacquiao brings into the ring. And like many analysts, he views Pacquiao's intelligence and conditioning as decisive advantages that could lead him to yet another impressive victory, even at this stage of his career.
In your opinion, Shane?
Yes.
Yeah, wow, okay. What do you see there?
I see that he get those more punches and combinations and moves very well. It'd be hard for Rolly to get close to him.
Okay, because yeah, people would say like, oh, Rolly's a big puncher. He's a lot younger than Manny. He's been active. Like he's a big guy.
Yeah, but he's gonna do that fight in December, so I'm not sure if he's gonna be fighting Rolly or anybody. He has to fight in December that he has to do, so I know that. And then from there, then maybe he can fight Rolly or somewhere else.
Boxing analyst and former fighter Chris Algieri expressed his excitement about the potential Pacquiao versus Rolando Romero matchup, calling it a great fight for fans to witness. He explained that Pacquiao's legendary status combined with Romero's bold personality creates the perfect balance of respect and rivalry that boxing audiences love. Algieri added that although Manny is nearing 50, his fighting spirit remains undiminished. A bout like this would not only test Pacquiao's endurance but also give Romero a chance to prove himself against a true icon. The contrast between Manny's humble nature and Romero's arrogance makes the fight even more intriguing to audiences around the world.
Manny Pacquiao, what did you think about his performance? Should he continue? What's going on?
Guy's still doing it. It's mind-blowing. 46 years old. Listen, did he look like Manny of old? No. Did he look great? No. But he looked damn good for a 46-year-old. The fact that he was able to compete at that level with a 30-year-old champion, I mean, it just speaks worlds to Manny Pacquiao and how special he truly is. They're talking about him and Rolly's. I don't mind that fight. I think that fight makes a lot of sense. Rolly's not a big welterweight. Manny's obviously not a big welterweight, never has been. That fight, I think, makes a lot of sense. I'd like to see Manny win another world title, and then maybe...
Boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult discussed how quickly this potential fight gained massive attention online. He highlighted that negotiations are currently underway and that both sides appear close to finalizing a deal. Showbiz pointed out that despite the age gap and contrasting personalities, the matchup carries deep emotional weight. Pacquiao represents discipline, honor, and legacy, while Rolando Romero embodies youthful confidence and rebellion. The public's curiosity about whether the veteran can outsmart the loud newcomer has turned this rumored fight into one of the most talked about topics in recent months. According to insiders, the official announcement could come soon once the final contract details are settled.
It's GOAT versus GOAT. We know Rolly Romero is the damn GOAT, all right? Number two, this makes Rolly Romero's resume one of the best resumes in boxing, period. Think about it. He beats Ryan Garcia. He fights Gervonta Tank Davis and Pitbull and shit, Manny Pacquiao. If you look at, seriously, look at Rolly. Rolly Romero, dog, this shit's crazy. Who do I have winning the fight? Listen, man, Rolly Romero was a friend of mine. You tweeted last week that you've never lied about anything. But really, you must have told some little white lies. Tell us a lie you have told.
Just the two.
Hey, bro. You know what? You seen me do the back, two shoulders, and a lot of things with Rolly Romero on the zone. And listen, we've built up the type of product when we're together that just, it goes viral and it's great moments. I love Rolly Romero. It's hard for me to go up against him. Manny Pacquiao, though, come on. Manny Pacquiao is my age, a little bit older. I mean, come on, dog. He got robbed against Mario Barrios, in my opinion. I mean, come on, dog. I mean, this should be a unification bout, all right? But
Manny Pacquiao's determination remains unshaken as he sets his sights on another title shot at the age of 47. His previous bout with Mario Barrios ended in a draw, and now he's eager to redeem himself by challenging Rolly Romero for the welterweight title. While most athletes his age have long retired, Pacquiao refuses to slow down. He believes that as long as his body responds and his heart stays committed, he can still compete at the highest level. Fans continue to admire his courage and discipline, even though some question whether facing a much younger opponent at this stage is wise. For Manny, it's about personal fulfillment, not proving anything to anyone else.
Big breaking news in the sport of boxing. Manny Pacquiao and Rolly Romero is probably going to end up happening. Manny Pacquiao said right here that all they're waiting for is the negotiation and finalizing the deal, signing on the paper. And this fight is probably going to go down in Las Vegas. Manny Pacquiao, Rolly Romero, I don't know. Looking at it from right now, I'm going to have to go with Manny Pacquiao. I think Rolly Romero's feet are just too flat, too heavy. And I think Manny Pacquiao outboxes him. But let me know in the comments what you think, man. Is this fight going to happen? Number one. Number two, who do you got? And number three, if Manny Pacquiao does win the title, does he unify or does he retire being the oldest champion?
Some analysts have shared their honest opinions about this potential matchup. They believe it could be a solid fight, though perhaps not an explosive one, since both men will be competing at welterweight and may not showcase their peak power or speed. Still, they agree that the emotional and stylistic contrast between Pacquiao and Rolly Romero makes the bout worth watching.
Manny Pacquiao is back again. Legend Manny Pacquiao, after getting a draw to Mario Barrios that he definitely should have won, is once again looking to get a title shot at the age of 47 against another weak champion, Rolly Romero. Can he do it? Well, honestly, maybe. Everybody loves Rolly Romero, the guy. No one really respects him as a boxer. He's kind of been a joke. And even after upsetting Ryan Garcia, who's also kind of a joke, people are still pretty down on him. And you know that because 47-year-old Manny Pacquiao is willing to fight him. Really says how weak this division is, that both Rolly Romero and Mario Barrios are champions at welterweight without ever having won any fight at welterweight. How does that happen? Greedy sanctioning bodies. See, it's stuff like this that make people think they should overturn the Ali Act and hand boxing over to Dana White. But either way, Manny Pacquiao looked a lot better than most people expected in his last fight. And honestly, you can never count this guy out, especially against weaker opponents like Rolly Romero. Although I do think Rolly is a step up from Mario Barrios, but I still think Manny can do it. Not will, can. Do you think Manny Pacquiao can reclaim a title at the age of 47 and beat Rolly Romero? Let me know in the comments.
Mario Barrios showed tremendous respect toward Pacquiao during their fight, while Rolly Romero seems unlikely to do the same. This difference in attitude could make the outcome more predictable, as Pacquiao often performs his best when opponents underestimate him. His calm focus and sharp ability to read his rivals have always been among his greatest strengths.
Rolly Romero fight at welterweight, and it could be at the very end of this year. For me, I love it. I love it a lot. In fact, after the Barrios fight, I said I didn't really want to see a rematch with Barrios. Listen, the Barrios fight was cool. I had greater expectations, I want to say, for it. But the reality is, with Barrios, he's 6 feet tall and he's kind of like a boxer. So an older Pacquiao, out of commission for so long, and politics, all that type of stuff, it really just made for like a decent fight, but not legendary, right? Wasn't as much action. I also think that Barrios played it very respectable. I get it, you're in there with a legend, but you got to look like Eminem said. If you had one shot, one opportunity to capture everything, would you capture it or let it slip? His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms is heavy, there's vomit on his sweater already, mom's spaghetti. You know what I mean? You got one shot, you got to capitalize. And I felt like Barrios was just ultimately too respectful. And then Pacquiao, he's a legend, so he was pushing through it. But I think it would have been better for Pacquiao if he took a tune-up and then did a title fight. But when time isn't on your side, you're already 40-something years old, you kind of have to, you don't want to waste camps on, maybe tune-ups. But with Rolly, somebody will get hurt and somebody will probably get knocked deep out. So that's what I like about this fight.
Chris Algieri also noted that Rolando Romero isn't as big as many people assume and physically wouldn't present the same challenge that Mario Barrios did. According to Algieri, this could make the fight slightly easier for Pacquiao from a physical standpoint. Manny's long history of facing naturally larger opponents has already proven that he can handle size disadvantages with skill and intelligence. This time, he might even find comfort knowing that Romero's frame and movement aren't particularly overwhelming. With his sharp timing and precise power punches, Pacquiao could potentially set the tempo early and control the fight from the opening round onward.
But as amazing as it was that Manny was able to do, it's still a tough fight. Because Barrios is still big, he's still strong. He's a real welterweight, and he's actually a big welterweight. And when you look at Rolly Romero, he's not that big. He's not a real welterweight. I don't think he's even that big for 140. I mean, Isaac Cruz, who's a blown-up lightweight, blasted him out. So it's like, I think they're looking at that fight against Romero to be not as physically imposing as Mario Barrios. He also has a version of the WBA title, so there's a title on the line there. At the heights, he's actually he's much shorter than Mario Barrios, obviously. Barrios is like 6 feet tall. I was really surprised how tall he is.
Is Rolly the main WBA champion?
No, he's the
Ennis is the main WBA champion.
And it's right. And then I don't know if he gets elevated. I don't know how that works. This whole first of all, this is a whole nother thing. I'm going
WBA regular title, whatever. Yes.
This whole elevation without winning a fight thing is garbage. Look at Barrios. Barrios has not won a fight yet at welterweights. He got the interim title, was elevated, and then has 2 back-to-back draws. The man has not won a title fight yet.
Wow.
So we got to stop this email champion elevation thing. Elevate is fine, but the next fight should be for the title. I don't care. You should not just be elevated via email. You have to fight somebody. Because you get a situation like this where, Barrios, no knock on him, he's following it's the rules that are being laid in front of him. The man has not won a title fight yet. Yes, he won the Ugas fight. That was the interim title. There was a champion there. It was Crawford.
They call him a 2-time champion. Did he have a major world title at 140? Or was it the secondary BA title?
See, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but we had the main title at 140.
Because and then we're looking at Rolly Romero, and you're saying he's a 2-time world champion too, but he doesn't have a main title at welterweight either.
No, he had the main title at 140.
140 though, but not when he beat Barroso.
Yeah.
But not at welterweight. So they're calling him a 2-time champion too. So there's all these details. But in terms of that fight, I don't hate it. I think the buildup will be great. Mario wasn't the most marketable guy in terms of doing interviews and selling the fight. He had the look, absolutely.
Trainer Abel Sanchez voiced his support for Pacquiao's decision to keep fighting. He said Manny's victory over Rolando Romero at 46 was proof that true champions never stop loving the sport. While some critics argue that Pacquiao should retire to avoid unnecessary risks, Sanchez countered that those who truly love boxing can never completely walk away from it. For Pacquiao, the ring is more than just a stage, it's a part of who he is. He trains with relentless dedication, stays in peak condition, and continues to inspire others by showing that passion and discipline can defy the limits of time itself.
Any you think beats Rolly?
Yeah, I think he decisions him. I think he outboxes him. I think that he's more experienced. I think that he confuses him.
Okay. You didn't think Rolly looked well, like against Ryan? Like it seemed like it's an improved Rolly, like against Ryan Garcia. Like he looks more methodical.
Against who?
Against Ryan Garcia.
Against who?
Come on, a young Ryan Garcia that has.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia that unfortunately because of his fame, because of his issues outside of the ring, has not really progressed. Yeah, he's got great hand speed and he punches hard, but as soon as he fights somebody that can fight back, it just seems like he doesn't do well. Is it because they haven't allowed?
Many have wondered whether Pacquiao's return to boxing is driven by financial reasons, but the truth is far from that. His fight against Barrios was a solid performance, proving he still has the hunger to compete. However, his decision to keep fighting is not about money. Manny has already earned enough throughout his career through boxing endorsements and public service. Unlike exhibition fighters such as Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, Pacquiao's matches are not flashy money grabs. They are about legacy and love for the sport. He wants to end his career on his own terms, not with regrets or what-ifs. His discipline and humility continue to inspire millions around the world who see in him the pure spirit of a fighter who refuses to give up.
6 years old. He's a multi-millionaire. Why is he coming out of retirement? Let me tell you, it's not just the money. Because it is not a fight like we've seen Jake Paul and Mike Tyson doing, or it's not like one of these Floyd Mayweather fights where he is fighting someone who's unknown. No, this is different. He's doing a 12 3-minute round world title fight against current world champion in Mario Barrios, who is only 29 years old and in his prime right now. Let me ask you this. Do you think that his punch resistance on his chin has stayed the same, or do you think it's declined? Well, this is what happens when you age. Your brain naturally shrinks and loses volume, especially the grey matter. This increases the amount of space between your brain and your skull, meaning when you get hit, the brain moves even more. And when that happens, it increases the risk of concussion and it decreases the ability